Hi, I'm Michael Maher, CEO of OnePassport. Today I want to talk about risk because workplace risk has changed because of COVID. Here at OnePassport, we've got this saying, we'll save you time, save your costs and lower your risk. Until COVID, until even now, people have really focused on the first two. How do we save time and save cost? Save time was because as an individual, I enter everything in my app around my compliance, my qualifications, police checks, etc., and I share it with my employer when I start work. It saves them time because someone at their end, at the employer, doesn't need to data enter it in, taking an hour, say, every time, every recruit. Save cost was about because I work for multiple employers and I got a new police check or I got some new tests done, like serology down the road, my new employer can just suck that in and they don't have to pay me to go off and do it again when I start working for them. But now the conversation has shifted to risk because it is not black and white, it is a large grey zone because the official language from government is it depends. Depends on what industry you're in. It depends on what an employee does within your organisation. Are they in a high risk area of customer facing, for example, or are they out in the back shed by themselves? So there is no defined definition. It is up to an employer to understand and mitigate that risk themselves. And many employers are just do not have the capacity. They don't have the size, the team of lawyers to work this stuff out. So we are seeing a rise in work cover claims. I went to work, I got COVID. I'm going to take my employer to court. But what about if it's the next step? What if it's more than just the shitty case of flu that they've talked about and they've had to go to hospital? What about ICU? What if they've been on a breathing machine and it scarred their lungs? Heaven forbid, what if they die? Are you aware that directors can be held liable for manslaughter? Do your directors know, if you're a CEO or management, that they can be held for manslaughter based on decisions that you make at an operational level? The only defense are three words: all reasonable steps. Can you demonstrate to a court or investigative body that you took all reasonable steps? Can you? Do you have a dedicated, a proper, not a spreadsheet, but an actual immunization register where you can track vaccinations and test results? You need to do both. It's not just one. Can you verify the data? Do they have attached evidence? Do you know what you're looking for? Or is it a forgery? And finally, do you have visibility for all levels of management, from a team leader with their group of 5 or 10 guys under them, all the way through to the CEO and the board, and all the management levels in between? Do they have visibility to this data, or is it locked up with the HR manager? These are all the kind of things that you need to be prepared for. You need to understand, because otherwise you can get in trouble for it. Very serious consequences for it. Get OnePassport. It will save your bacon. Close the compliance gap. Take care. Good luck.